Okay, so now we've gone to Aweber. It's very easy to create a new list. Here is what you've got to do. Click create and manage lists here. Then create a new list. And it's pretty simple because it walks you through everything. So what we do is we type in our name. So list name would be my new list test. A description of my list. My name, email at email.com. Now what they recommend here, you can see over here, this tip, try not to avoid using a free domains. If you use something like Hotmail, Yahoo, AOL, Gmail, things like that, you do find that deliverability is a lot worse. What I tend to do is I tend to use a domain that I own in here, so that'd be mydomain.com, whatever it might be. The reason being is that that's very, very important in getting past spam filters. Then you can put in a notification here, so you get notified every time someone joins your list, which again is useful. You can keep track of them. If you're getting lots of people though, you might find this to be slightly annoying. Save the settings. We move on to the next one. Okay, on the next step, you can enter my company name, my website, and your signature. Again, www.mywebsite.com. These are your branding, so make sure they're niche specific. You can put the logo in if you want as well. And then you can share it on social media down here if you want to. Global text snippets, don't worry too much about those. You can use these if you want to. There's some examples there. In most cases you're probably not. But save settings. Oh, what have I done wrong? Oh, it needs a TP. There you are. Let's go back down. Save settings. And let's just sort this out. It's obviously not happy about something I've done. No, it seems okay. Right, okay, let's move on to the next step now. Okay, you start, this is your confirmation message, okay? So again, you can choose one of theirs, or you can do your own. Oh, let's go back up here. So what I tend to do is I'll do something like, what that does is that puts their first name in there with a capital letter. Please confirm. Confirm. And then what I do is I put something specific to my to my list. So please confirm you wanted to join my list. But what I do is I'd have my list name in there, or my website name. You know, I might put request for confirmation from www.mydomain.com, something like that. Or you can use one of those. Yeah, it's up to you. So, you know, it gives you all the fields here as well. But that's very simple. Let's just get rid of that because that's going to confuse it. But I'm just going to leave it on the standard. But I tend to create a custom one simply because I want it to be specific to my domain so that people know it's from me and they've just asked for it. And that way you're going to get a much higher response rate. Any difficulties with any of this, you can see at the bottom, they've got all the help you ever need in lots of detail. Then you can edit the main bit. I change this. This is absolute gibberish. We've received your request for information from the my list name group. That makes no sense at all. I edit that first sentence, and again, you know, I'd say something along the lines of, thank you for visiting my website name.com and entering your email address. Before I start sending you the information you've requested, can you just confirm that I have permission to do so? Something like that. You know, just again, make it obvious that where you come from, it's not spam, and explain to them that you need it, because otherwise you can't send them what they've just asked for. You might say, I can't send you your free book until you've confirmed that I have permission to send it to you, something like that, and then that's fine. You can't edit this bit here, that's the end, and then here, custom closing. So again, something like, you know, with regards, you know, yours in success, yours, whatever it might be, and then my name, something like that. You know, and just say something like something small. You know, you might say you'll get your book in just a few moments after you click the link, something like that, and then blah blah blah. Okay. Here you can turn this on or off. I would always leave it as on. If you turn it off, you're in violation of the can spam law, which means that you can really get into trouble. Its default is on, but you can turn it off if you want to, but I personally never do so. I know some people go, oh yeah, turn it off, you get loads of people subscribed, but at the end of the day you might get a lot of email addresses, but A, how many are valid? B, how many are actually any good? You know, this way you know that the people have asked for information, and you know that if somebody comes along and says you're a spammer, you're not going to get your business shut down and sued, because you can prove that they've requested that information. Now here you can also, your confirmation page, where do you want them to go? So, you know, you can have a thank you for subscribing page, a one-time offer, which is always a good one. I tend to put them to that, or, you know, the root of the main part of your web page. I tend to send them towards a one-page offer once they've subscribed to something free, just to show them something, get them interested, and get them sort of into the buying mood, if you like. Okay, so we've saved that. Okay, now you need to send your message. So your first message. So again, the first name, the message subject. You know, this again, persuade them to open. It's that sort of thing. Again, you put a HTML message in. You can see here, you can format it. There's all sorts of templates if you want to mess around with the templates. And then you can put plain text. Dear friend. Again, you put dear first name underscore fix. You can always refer to them by their name. Blah blah blah. And then you can wrap the long lines and then sign it off, something like that. You know, again, you can do HTML and plain. It's up to you which ones you do. I tend to do both. Doesn't take much longer because, you know, I write it in HTML box, then copy and paste it and put it down here. It's pretty much the same. You know, then you can add any formatting and mess around with it up here. Once you've done that, this is obviously your first one, so it's sent immediately. You can track the clicks, but what you can also do that's very useful is you can attach a file. So now obviously if it's a small file, your report, you can attach it here to your email. If it's a big file, and by big I mean more than about a megabyte, maybe two megabytes at the most, then what you want to do is you want to go, you can download your free report at blah blah blah. Enjoy the report, and please, I'd love to hear how much you enjoyed it. That sort of thing. You know, it's not difficult to do. Something like that, and then that's a website address where the report is. Alternatively, as I said, you can attach it. But if it's more than about a meg, 2 megs, don't attach it, because not everyone's got fast internet connections, and if you're trying to send them a sort of 20-30 megabyte file or 130 megs of video, you're really not going to be anyone's best friend. I'll tell you that for nothing. So we save the message, we've done that step, and then it's time to move on to the next one. We can create follow-up messages. So if you want to, here you can create follow-up messages. So what I can do is I could create, you know, a whole sequence of messages selling the products I'm promoting and persuading them to buy. And there's various other things here that in most cases you're not going to use. But click here, do this step. We need to create a web form. Again, very simple to do. It really is. Aweber really made this as easy as they can for anyone to use. It's genuinely not rocket science. It's all point and click. Again, you can see it's very easy. They've got loads and loads of templates. You can use one of their templates. So let's just say we'll use that. We'll use it as is. It's really quite good. You can change the size of it. You can change the type there to different types of forms. There's loads and loads you can do with it. You can edit headers. You can delete the header and get rid of that bit about Aweber. I don't want that there. I can get rid of the footer if I want, or I can edit it. I can resize my form. I can do all sorts with it. But I can edit everything. So I can edit this, and if I click edit, I can change the name, or I can say, right, let's get the first name and the surname. Let's put that, the first name, last name. I can edit this as well, so it says something else. There's loads of things I can do. You can also mess around with sort of some of the colours. So what you can do is, if you go to popular, some of these basic forms are really useful. If you just want something blank to put on your website so it blends in well with your template, you can use one of these. And again, I might say get rid of that. That's my form done. Let's go to the next step. Give it a name. Choose the thank you page. I tend to use that one. You can enable Facebook. We go to step 3. We've got to save our form. You see, as I said, none of this is rocket science. And then you can just click there and then just copy and paste that code into wherever you want your form to appear on your website. And then what will happen is, if you want to change the form, all you need to do is come to Aweber, you edit your form, and the changes will automatically be reflected on your website. Whereas if you use the HTML version here, you've got to come to Aweber each time you change your form, get the code, go back to your website, put the code on the website and check it. Whereas this is nice and easy. You just copy that, paste it wherever, and you're good to go. Very, very simple. And that's it. That's all you need to do. It's really, really easy to do, very easy to use. What I would recommend is go to your website. Once you've put the form on there, sign up yourself. 2 reasons for doing it. 1, checking the sign up process works, and 2, making sure your autoresponder works, reads well, and whatever, because I tend to read through my autoresponder messages when they come through and make sure there's no spelling mistakes or anything like that I might have missed. It's kind of handy because I will have subscribed first, so I'm going to see this way before anyone else does, which of course is brilliant for me, so I can make sure that my follow-up sequence is good, and maybe when I read through one I might think, oh, I haven't written that quite well, and I can improve it. But that's it. That's very, very simple. Really, really easy to do. It genuinely is. It's not hard at all. So that's Aweber, and then you're good to go, and you're ready to start generating some traffic to your website. And obviously traffic is going to really, really help you make money. Without traffic, your website's dead in the water. So now you've got the hang of Aweber, let's move on and let's talk a bit about traffic.